like to introduce yourself?
My name is Bwahoma Mpundi, and I'm here to apply for. I'm here for an interview for senior position of being a software engineer.
Okay. Well, welcome to the interview. In our panel, we have Ms. Sizo as the HR manager, Ms. Pokalo as the senior technical manager, and me as the CEO of the company. So, the first question is that,
how would you design a high availability, low latency global messaging system? What trade-offs would you consider?
I would use microservices, data-driven messaging like Kafka, WebSockets, and replicated databases while balancing both consistency and scalability.
What are some best practices for handling database sharing and data consistency in distributed systems?
Sharding strategies like bench-based and hash-based help distribute and help distribute load and while red replicas and eventually consistency improve performance.
How do you stay updated with the latest trends in software engineering? How do you stay updated with the latest trends in software engineering?
Well, most of my time I follow industry blogs, attend conferences, take online courses, and contribute to open source projects and events.
Tell us about the time you introduced a new technology or a process that improved efficiency.
There was a time I once implemented CI and CD pipelines, reducing both deployment time from days to hours and increasing development speed.
according to your CV that you submitted on our company application form, it shows that you're a really good team player. So, let's say you come across a collaboration. How do you effectively manage your teamwork with your managers, your employees, and people whom you be supervising?
Please come again.
How will you manage an effective collaboration with your managers, your employees, and your supervisors?
By maybe doing team building exercises, getting to know each other in the line of work and outside the line of work, so that whilst we are in work, things may be seamless and move on better.
So, any questions that you'd like to ask us?
The one question I would like to ask is, me being a senior software engineer at your company, what are the benefits of me being a senior manager? Because where I was from, I was just a software engineer, but I'm applying for a senior position at your company, so I would like to know what are the benefits of me being a senior, of having a senior position.
Okay, we encourage engineers to step into leadership roles on high impact projects and to collaborate across teams.
Okay, that's all.
Thank you for your time and have a nice day.
Thank you for having me.
Welcome to our interview as the second interview to this interviewee to our interview. So, your name is?
My name is Delani Sibanda.
Okay, thank you for coming to the interview. So, in our panel, we have Ms. Sizo as the HR manager and Ms. Pokalo as the senior technical manager, and me as the CEO of this company. So, we're gonna start our interview.
Okay, how would you design a high availability, low latency global messaging system? What trade-offs would you consider?
I would use microservices, event-driven messaging like Kafka, WebSockets, and replicated databases while balancing consistency and scalability.
How do you stay updated with the latest trends in the software engineering?
May you repeat the question, please?
How do you stay updated with the latest trend in software engineering?
I follow industry blogs, attend conferences, take online courses, and contribute to open source projects.
Tell us about a time you introduced a new technology, a process that improved efficiency.
I implemented a CI/CD pipelines, reducing deployment time from days to hours and increasing development speed.
What are some best practices for handling database sharing and data consistency in distributed systems?
Can you please repeat the question?
What are some best practices for handling database sharing and data consistency in distributed systems?
Sharing strategies like range-based and hash-based sharing help distribute load, while RAID replicas and eventual consistency improve performance.
Okay, that seems to be all the questions that we had for this interview. So, is there any questions that you'd like to ask us?
Yes, I have a question that I would like to ask you. How do you measure success in this role as Meta?
Well, the impact of your effect will determine your success in this position. We'll consider the quality and the code you develop, the ability to tackle challenging technical problems, and your ability to interact with cross-functional groups.
Thank you.
Okay, thank you for your time and have a nice day. The interview that we called you this morning. So, in our panel, we have Ms. Sito as the HR manager and Kato Mukalo as the senior manager of the technical team, and I as the CEO of Meta Company. So, we're gonna start the interview.
We would like to take this moment and ask you a few questions about Meta Company, if you don't mind. The first question is, tell us about a time you introduced a new technology or a process that improved efficiency.
Okay, thank you for the question. I implemented CI/CD pipelines, which reduces deployment time from days to hours and increases speed.
How would you design a high availability, low latency global messaging system? What trade-off would you consider?
So, come again for the question.
How would you design a high availability, low latency global messaging system? What trade-offs would you consider?
Oh, thank you. Okay. I'll use microservices, event-driven messaging, WebSockets, and replicate databases.
Those are some interesting answers for the questions that you've been asked, but how do you ensure effective collaboration with product managers, designers, and other engineers in a cross-functional team? As you know, that teamwork always makes the job done much faster.
Can you repeat the question?
How do you ensure effective collaboration with product managers, designers, and other engineers in cross-functional team in our organization?
Okay.
moving on to the next question. How would you optimize a large-scale system to handle millions of concurrent users effectively? Take your time. Would any of you like to ask another question?
What are some best practices for handling database shading and data consistency in distributed systems?
What about?
What are some best practices for handling database sharding and data consistency in distributed systems?
Okay, thank you. Sharing strategies like range-based and hash-based sharing help distribute load while read replicas and eventual consistency improve performance.
Okay, that's the end of our interview. Would you like to ask us any question? Thank you for your time and keep in touch.